Hello and welcome to today's cryptocurrency technical analysis, where together we are going to be diving into the Bitcoin chart. I will be going over the latest move to the downside and where that leaves us right now. I'll be answering the question that's on your mind of, should you be worried about Bitcoin right now? Is this a time to be really scared and fearful of a much bigger lower move to come? Or is this a natural retrace? Are we looking to buy the dip and we'll see further upside to come? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be answering that in today's video. I hope that you really enjoy it. And as always, just pay attention to what I say. You got to focus on the words that I give in this video. It's very important that you pay attention because we will be giving you the levels that can make you paper money right now today. So without further ado, let's go. So Bitcoin, if we just add on some levels of analysis, okay, obviously yesterday, just over 24 hours ago, we had a really big move to the upside. And what happened on this really big move to the upside? Well, really simply put, we came up into our CC level of resistance. Again, this is very simply taken Fibonacci retracement from the high of that move back on the 2nd of March down to the low of that move on the 7th of March. Okay, we put on this Fibonacci, the high to low. We put on our template of the CC, and you can see we came right up into the top of that there on the 9th, yes, being, 12 hours ago, we come up into the top of this CC. Okay, we obviously had a few different reasons of confluence around this level of why people were taking shorts around here. And, one of the main things was we obviously had this triangle idea. Of course, that played out a lot quicker than expected. But nevertheless, you had the triangle of around that just above $42,000 for an E. On top of this, of course, the CC itself. And there's a few things that I actually want to bring attention to here of why this was an easy trade and also a very difficult trade. And in my opinion, this was a fairly difficult trade. Why? Because this move up was actually the original move up, okay, was very strong. When you look at how the move was fueled by the really big increase of volume, really nice delta, really nice open interest on this move. This is considered a really strong move to the upside, okay? So you're moving up very strongly, okay? You're moving up, you're moving up, you're moving up. You obviously come into $42,000, which is, of course, this recognized resistance zone. But at the time, I would personally be playing caution, okay? I wouldn't want to be too aggressive. Again, this was at 6 a.m. yesterday. But we're aware of the levels. And then it's a simple case of trading what's happening. So yes, you get this really strong move to the upside. So where was your one and only, in my opinion, short opportunity in terms of an aggressive short? And it was when you put in this original high. Okay, this is down on a bit of a lower term time frame up at the highs here. But you can kind of see what happens here. What happens is you put in an original high. Okay, so you put in this original high on this candle, and then you basically do a very small, but nevertheless still there, swing failure pattern. So you can see you have this original high, a few hours later, you come up and take that high once more. And if you see here, you did have nearly 20 million longs opening up into that high with, the 16 million positive delta with the OI increase. So this is obviously a really potential scalp. I would refer to that as a scalp trade for sure. Nothing more. And then it becomes when you get this sign of weakness. So obviously off the back of that swing failure pattern into the top of the CC, into those areas of the triangle, one I still think is that's considered for me as a more of a quick time frame trade. Why? Because you're shorting onto lots of strength. So where does this weakness come and alert you to, okay, we're always thinking in terms of probabilities. We're always able to update what we're thinking. We're not stuck to any one bias. We have to trade the charts, not what we want, not what we think, but what's actually happening. So upon seeing these trap longs into a swing failure pattern of the CC, we get off the back of that a market structure change. Okay, and then where does this become what was at first a really bullish, healthy move to the upside into something that looks very bearish, leaving then millions and millions of trapped longs on the breakout? It's obviously where you get that larger market structure change. Okay, and all of those new longs that have opened are now underwater, and this is why this move to the upside was really quick. Yeah, the move to the upside was really quick. You get then a lot of FOMO. Again, I would not be buying into this. I think this is clear as day. There's no way I would ever get bullish into this CC. But 95% of the market that doesn't understand this, they're like, oh my God, Bitcoin's breaking out. This is so bullish. I need to long right now before I miss out. And this is the case of what's happening up here. Your larger traders, they're remaining patient and they're looking for the shorts up here because there's no long opportunity after a 10% move to the upside very quickly into CC resistance. It's just not how we trade. And what happens here is what looked very healthy at the time, okay, ends up being more, well, very bearish with the final bit of trap longs at the top. And then really it's the market structure change off the back of this. You obviously fall down, a few percentage points here, and you go sideways for about 3 hours. And again, if you've studied any of the materials that we teach, longing here during this consolidation period is an extremely risky trade that is not recommended. Why? You're in an extreme inefficiency. You're in like massive rows of single prints, and the highest probability is that you're going to come down and fill all of this. Okay, so this is a time where you can look for short positions if you missed the original shorts, as this is a much easier short, and it's a time of expect lower, and obviously off the back of that you got another over 5% move to the downside. So that's really briefly I wanted to start off this video explaining how, in my opinion, yes, this was a fairly difficult short position, because at the time, well, in the morning before you had any of this original continuation, this looked like a very strong move. Then we got a trade, you're still given a short trade off the top of the swing failure pattern into the CC. You're still given that short position, and then it's adjusting the trade, acknowledging what the probabilities are. And once you change that market structure, okay, you lose the original range because you actually had a mini range up in here as well. Okay, once you lose that range, you're then left with millions and millions of breakout traders, traps. They're going to get liquidated, and that's just why it's also important to recognize why it was very probable, if we started to lose that market structure, why we were going to see a complete retrace of the move up. So just a few things there that I wanted to point out, and yeah, congratulations to the people that managed to get into those short positions. I actually had too many people tweeting me their really good shorts that I couldn't retweet all of them, but obviously a lot of people taking really nice short trade. So congratulations to all of you. And now I'd like to move on to what's happening now, the resistance and supports that I am really looking to get involved in here. I just want to do a few really quick announcements very, very, very quickly before we come down onto a lower term time frame of what's happening here. The first is, obviously, I've done my contenders live stream on hedging last night, and yeah, this was actually a perfect one because we're talking about shorting Bitcoin, the importance of it, and hours later we see a massive move to the downside. So if you want to learn about hedging, okay, this is quite an advanced trading strategy, but it's of utmost importance. It's one of the fundamentals for me of trading. So if you want to learn how we're doing that on a day-by-day basis, that's in the latest contenders live stream. So you can go over and check that out now. And the second update, of course, is we've already had a special live stream from Mike this morning for the group. That was about a 40-minute live stream. George, of course, is going to be doing his 5-minute daily update this morning as well. And then another live stream later on in the day from George of about an hour to sometimes even 2 hours live stream where he'll answer all your question and answers. So yeah, we're pumping out the content every single day for the members right now. Last night, the contenders live stream. Already Mike this morning with a special update because of the volatility. It's very important to go over that and make sure people are aware. And later today there's going to be 2 more members only videos released: the special 5-minute update for the people low on time, and then an hour-long to 2-hour-long update of the live stream answering all your questions and answers. So content galore. If that's of interest to you, new learning platform, chartchampions.com. You can go over and check that out for sure. Okay, and yeah, actually, there was one final thing that I wanted to mention. Sorry, there was one other thing that I wanted to mention here. And that was actually this post that I made on the Discord. And it was just really quick referencing. I mean, you can pause the screen and read this if you want. Or I'll just read it out really quickly. And it's about the titles that we put on the YouTube videos. I just want to emphasize and stress it's very, very, very important to listen to what we say in the videos. Okay, you watch our videos for the technical analysis that we give you. You watch our videos because we are professional with our analysis and we give you levels that are actually tradable and well respected. Yeah, we are very calm, collected with our thoughts. We are not looking for the breakout longs. Oh my God, it's going to $1 million. No, when you listen to what we say, we are very, very professional mindset of these are the levels to trade. Let's be open to long and short, and let's just take the highest probability trades. Okay, of course, YouTube, the common practice is, you want to have a lot of exaggerated titles. So I just want to, really emphasize this, that obviously some of my videos, the titles are even copy and pastes. Yes, it's complete satire. If you understand my sense of humor, it's satire. And at the end of the day, I think it's very important to recognize you do not trade off the title of the video. Sometimes the title of the video is completely different. It's just very important that you actually listen to the content. Otherwise, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to be confused. Yeah, listen to what we say. Don't read the title. It's also important to acknowledge that, YouTube actually recommends creators to change the title and thumbnails of videos after the upload to try and find a pair which better meets the YouTube algorithm. So title and thumbnails can be changed after upload, but the video itself can never be added to for change. Okay, so I could even put on this video long Bitcoin and then in 2 hours change it to short Bitcoin. Yeah, the titles of videos can be changed, the thumbnails can be changed, but the actual content itself can never be changed. So it's important you actually listen to the content, because that is set in stone in history forever. And what we're actually saying is very, 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 very important. The title, not so much. I just wanted to bring that to some people's attention, because the majority of people love the titles and they find them funny. But there are a few people that moan about the titles, saying it's exaggerated. This is just common practice in the industry. It's nothing new, and that's not going to change, to be honest with you. It's just what works. So why would you not do it, to be honest? And but the important thing to note here is that the title, you shouldn't trade off of this. You need to listen to what we're saying. And with that said, let's get back on to what's actually happening right now. That was a bit of a longer announcement than what I thought. So yeah, obviously we saw the rejection off the CC, a really, really quick move to the downside. So what are some actionable levels that we can be looking at today? Well, this old daily, you remember this old daily that we were trading off of, earlier this week, actually. It was the daily level with that CME gap. Okay, we knew the confluence that we had there. You can actually see really, really nicely how this originally acted as a support for a very small bounce to the upside, instantly lost, instantly about, half an hour later lost, flipped into resistance. We see another move to the downside, another test of the daily. We're talking to the dollar here with very, 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 very accurate level, let's be honest. Bringing us another move to the downside, actually bouncing off the range point of control here, by the way, with another swing failure pattern. And this is what I'm saying. I mean, even yesterday, there were long opportunities to be had. Even though we're up at resistance, and I'm saying we never long resistance. Obviously, I'm talking about swing trades. There's still like scalp longs to be had up here, just as like down here on a massive move to the downside. There's still scalp shorts to be had. There's still scalp longs to be had. So I know this is advanced. We are one of the best trading communities in the world. Period. So of course we're not going to be just talking about really simple stuff. You can keep it simple and you can also go advanced, but it's very important to acknowledge that we are multi-time frame trading. So sometimes I'll be saying, this is a really bad, I'd say, for example, this is a really bad time to long up here, because you're longing into high term time frame resistance. Obviously, when I refer to it's a really bad long up here, I'm referring to swing traders. If you're trading on the 1 minute chart, well, there's actually many longs to be had up here. Okay, just as when we're down here, I would say, this is not really a great time to short. We're down 6% on the day. And I'm obviously referring to swing traders. If you're on the 1 minute chart, this, for example, is a good short trade. Again, you can take it down to the swing failure pattern of lows, where you can reverse it back into a long. Because why? This is currently just really simply a range. So it's very important to acknowledge the time frames. And I know, unless I directly say it, some beginner traders are going to be confused by that. But it's not too difficult if you understand. But yeah, really simply, we actually have a range at the moment between the daily, okay, and this high volume node, which is our large area of volume down here. So we're looking at this intraday support around 38,600. And I think we can acknowledge the bigger resistance is naturally going to be the big 40,000 level. But that daily, again, it is an old daily. It has been tapped now once. It's been tapped twice. The more times we hit a level, of course, it increases the probability that it will be weakened. The more times you test a level, the weaker it gets. But currently, we're really simply range bound between these two levels. Okay, so a big high volume node of support there at around 38,600. We have this old daily level, which isn't my favorite level in the world anymore because it's already been tapped twice, but nevertheless it's still our level to be trading off of at the moment, and that's coming in at about $39,400. Okay, we're breaking this to the upside. Naturally, we're going to be looking back up. Well, it's kind of a difficult one because of the fact that when you actually come over to the TPO charts here, you've got to be aware of all these single prints. So I say $40,000, but really we're looking at those single prints starting to come in there at about 39,500. The buy and sell are currently off the high volume node. Okay, but yeah, I think the way that I would approach, well, no, not that I think, but the way I am approaching this is initially a little range going on here. And I said I'd answer the question: is this a time to be scared? Is this a time to be fearful? Of course, my answer is going to be no. This is not a time to be scared. This is not a time to be fearful. You know, if you approach this market in a state of fear, an emotional state, you're going to lose money with 100% certainty. Okay, or let's just say 99% certainty, because there's always a degree of luck. But if you are coming in here absolutely fearful, scared, annoyed, frustrated, you're gonna lose money. Okay, high probability is you'll lose money. You need to, if you miss the short, it doesn't matter. If you miss the long, it doesn't matter. What's happened has happened. You cannot change the past, but you can change the future. So come into the market today with a mindset of, hey, whether you missed some trades, whether you made money on some trades, you don't want to get overconfident, just as you don't want to become depressed. You want to say, hey, this is the current range I can be trading. If we break the top of this range, I know my next level to the upside where I can be looking at for these single prints. I think they're very important today. Likewise, if we do get another move to the downside, I know the high volume node is support. If we lose this, naturally, I'll look for the next level to the downside. So I think that I would approach this today with a mindset of, yes, there's extreme volatility, but at the end of the day, I still have a mini range to be traded. I know what to do if this range breaks to the upside. I know what to do if this range breaks to the downside. I am ready and prepared for my levels either side, and I can trade this range until it breaks again. It's already really given 2 winning trades. It's given, in my opinion, 2 trades, potentially 3, but 2 quite easy trades and 2 wins. So maybe the third trade is a loss, but we're still walking away there with obviously more wins than losses, and the winners are naturally going to be bigger than the losses. So it's important to acknowledge this. And yeah, so I just wanted to say, no, it's not a time to be fearful. It's not a time to be scared. It's a time to trade the levels as we would do every single day in the market. Yeah, and wow, this was the video that I wanted to bring you today. I hope I've given you a bit of clarity. I hope I've given you some understanding of why the move to the upside was happening, and then why the move to the downside was so quick, the levels that we can be approaching right now, okay, and the mindset that we need to have as traders of, hey, we can come into this market, make money on the longs, make money on the shorts, trade these initial ranges, and being aware of the game of probabilities. That is, if we break to the upside, let's trade to the next level. If we break to the downside, let's trade to the next level. Level to level trading, extracting money from the market every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've really enjoyed the video. I'll end one final time with saying, if you want to see all of the updates that we've been doing recently, that's obviously across our new learning platform, chartchampions.com, where you get all of the educational content as well. You can learn everything that we teach. So yeah, I hope that you've really enjoyed this video. If you have, hit that like button, give it a share, say thank you very much. I will say, from my part, CC Paul send their regards, and I will catch you in the next video that we release. Thank you ever so much, everybody. And I'll end with the disclaimer, of course, no financial or trading advice in any way, shape or form, just an educational entertainment video only. Thank you ever so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.